So today we set up a rapid deployable emergency communication station here at the cabin. Let's get to it. So I always start with a coax, and I have 100 feet of RG8X here, cheap coax. Let's run this out here. It is terminated with PL259 connectors, just regular connectors you need for the antenna and also for the radio. So let's run this out there. I leave one end here for the radio, and the other one goes out here. It's 100 feet of coax, which gives me a lot of losses actually, but that's all I have right now, so I'm using it. The whole setup should take about 10 minutes. Setting up the antenna, radio, coax. And, let's see. Untangle this a little bit. This doesn't help. Here we go. Run the other side to the radio. Second thing you need is an antenna. So this is not a very compact system. This is a full-size system I'm setting up. So at the cabin I have a vertical, sorry puppy. I have a vertical antenna set up. It's a Eurocom X80. I'll leave some links in the description. Has a post attached to it, and let's see if I can jab this thing in the ground. It's a multi-band antenna. It's advertised as 6 meters to 40 meters, and it does that. Some of the bands not as well as others, of course. So let me see if this will work. Ooh. Almost straight. There we go. So this will stay in there. This antenna does not need radials. It has a 4-to-1 Unnen at the bottom. Connect your coax to it. You're good to go. So second thing you need is a radio. Again, this is a full-size setup. So this is an ICOM 7300. This is set up for more of the rapid deployment situations with these brackets on it. I leave links in the description for all the cool stuff I'm showing here. Terminated with Anderson connectors. These are 30 amp Anderson connectors for power. You need a power source. This is an 18650 battery pack. It's 16 volts, it has 15 amp hours. The radio can handle 16 volts, no problem. So just plug that in. So that's your power source. And you can operate on this, depending on your mode, for several hours. Is pretty good. Hook up your antenna. Use your coax. Put that in the back. And let's see what we get. Let me move you a little bit closer here. Yeah, so it's early in the morning here. I'm on 20 meters. Just looking at the scope. It's, hang on, what am I pushing here? Here we go. Let me get the reference up a little. Our reference is up quite a bit. So early in the morning, 20 meters should be open to Europe. So hopefully we can make some Europe connections here. That's a US station. But we are fully operational now. So the only thing you may want to do is you want to tune in your antenna. So I just move off the frequency, hit the tuner button, and antenna is tuned in. So yeah, it's a US station. Current mode is sideband. Power output is, what do we have, 64 watts. It's more than enough. So let's see. There's a pretty strong station right here. Yeah, he's rack chewing, so it'll be a while. Spanish-speaking station. I don't see any DX stations yet from overseas. It might still be a little early for that. US station. parks on the air. Kilo 8 Alpha X-ray X-ray. First try. Almost. Kilowatt 8 Alpha X-ray X-ray. Roger, roger.
Okay, I got you that time. You're about a 5-7 here at the park. This is Kilo Charlie 1 Yankee Lima. I have 2 more friends.
Interference. Yeah, very good. Thank you very much. You're about a 5-5 here. Cleveland, Ohio 73. Yeah, no European stations just yet. But you can see the setup was, I mean, less than 10 minutes. It was probably closer to 5 minutes to set it all up. And you can make worldwide communications happening with this, which is good. I'll operate on CW here shortly. I'm going to go on to 40 meters for CW. I'll show you how that works. Kilo 8 Alpha X-ray X-ray.
Kilo 8 Alpha X-ray again.
Kilowatt 8 Alpha X-ray X-ray.
Kilowatt 8 Alpha X-ray Victor 59 Havana,
Roger,
Roger.
roger, 73. No, he didn't get my call sign right. I don't really care. So let's try something else. Let's try 21 megahertz. That's a station here. Pretty weak in between frequencies. So this antenna works on a number of frequencies. Again, it goes from 6 meters here. Let me show you. So it goes from 50 megahertz all the way down to 7 megahertz. So 7 megahertz is 40 meters. It works okay. It's nothing to write home about, but let me just go there real quick. So you can see 40 meters is pretty lit up. These are all stateside stations here. Let's see. That's stateside. They're running big power. Germans. VE3 Canada. So here we go. Here's CQ. W2 station. I don't have my CW paddle attached to it. And for CW I only need very little power here, so let me grab my CW paddle. Straight key. Thanks for call. Yeah, I'm on 30 meters here. This guy is calling CQ. See if we can get him. 40 watts, 20 words a minute. That's about where he is. Yep, good. K9UCX. So he got me on the first try here. We'll look him up later, see where he is. .559 signal report, that's good. And I'm putting out 40 watts into the antenna here. 100-foot coax in here, so. Yeah, he slowed down quite a, here we go. So he must have had his call on auto, and when he's hand keying, he's dropping down to about 18 words a minute. couple of mistakes in there. Yeah, he knows I don't want to talk much. Okay, there we go. Contact on CW. Okay, here we go. And he's calling CQ again. So this is how you make a contact on CW. So making contacts on CW is pretty easy even in bad conditions because the signal carries so well and it's such a narrow bandwidth and it pierces right through. So back on sideband now, 20 meters. I'm hoping to pick up some European stations there. Stateside, you can see huge signal. He may even be running power. So Kilo 8 Alpha X-ray X-ray.
Kilo 8 Alpha X-ray X-ray 59.
Copy 59. You are 59 Ohio 73.
Thanks, Ohio. This is WW1 USA. Special event QRZ.
You know, it's pretty funny. I just made this CW contact on 30 meters, and you know, HF doesn't require any infrastructure in between, so it goes out of my radio into the antenna, into the other station's antenna, and into the radio. So there are no repeaters or anything required. So that's what makes it so attractive for preppers or, you know, end of the world kind of communication setup, because there's really no internet needed. The only thing you really need is an antenna and the battery, some sort of power source, and you know, with solar that's very doable these days. So you know, the other form of communication is UHF VHF. So you've seen this little handheld radio here, and I'm going to turn the volume up here. There are two of my buddies on there right now, and both of them watch my channel, so I only turn the volume up very briefly, but they were just talking about that 30-meter band is dead, and I see the opposite, so there are quite a few stations on here. So, but you know, this goes from my little radio into a repeater, and that repeater then broadcasts it out at you know, more power, and then the other stations pick it up. And this is considered line of sight communication. So basically, you know, the antennas need to see each other, so you need a little bit of elevation, and that's the extent of the range. Where in the HF world, you bounce your signal off of the ionosphere and you can skip all the way around the world if the conditions are right. So pretty funny stuff.
It looks like a regular Comet fiberglass one piece, but it's just sort of 20.
So this communication is crystal clear.
It has other stuff on it.
And
2 inches away from a.
again, two of my buddies talking right now. I don't want to disclose who they are. You know, I respect their privacy. But you know, that's the difference between UHF, VHF communication and HF communication.